You want to think about what good, bad, ugly.
You know what drives me crazy?
Yeah.
Having meetings to discuss how that meeting will go.
Listen and respond. Many a times when we get into meetings, the way we think about it is we just have to go there and vomit. Say everything what you have to talk about in your... The person on the other side is trying to say something and we are not getting those cues at all. We just completely miss out all those cues. Just getting to understand what the other person is talking. And that's the reason why in every meeting, the way you want to think about it is, if it is a 30-minute meeting, you want to have a meeting, you want to have your agenda or whatever you want to cover completed in 10 minutes. The rest of the 20 minutes, let the other person talk. And that is where I think you will have majority of the success.
You know what drives me crazy?
Yeah.
Having meetings to discuss how that meeting will go. Have you ever had that?
You've got...
It drives me nuts. Hey, let's have a quick call to understand how today's 1 p.m. call is going to
go.
Don't even call me, man.
Oh, that is called as the meeting before the meeting and the meeting after the meeting.
Don't you hate that? I hate that. It's like, what? I don't want to attend any meeting now because you're doing that.
But meeting after the meeting is something important. I think like we're making a customer pitch, all right?
Yeah.
And right after the meeting, you want to think about what went good, bad, ugly, and what is the key takeaway, and how can we reposition it in the next meeting. I think that is something important, I think.
When you're having a meeting with a customer, that's one thing.
Yeah.
When you're having an internal meeting,
it's totally
different.
Totally, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Here's a good. We're still recording. But
Yeah.
How do you show someone that you're listening to them?
The visual clues, right? The visual cues, what you can give them by nodding your head, really focusing in the conversation and trying to connect the dots with the concept, what is being spoken, what is being spoken about. Smiling, visual cues, raising your hand. Just wait and don't talk over, right? And just putting your hand up and stating that, hey, I have a question on what you're asking. That's what I can think of. Visual cues and waiting for your turn, raising your hand and saying that I have a question on the topic, what they're talking about. So even in schools, right? And I think
number one is keep your webcam on.
Yeah.
If they're not in the room, keep your webcam on. How can you show somebody if you're listening to them? Not have just one letter represent you on a screen.
Yeah, you just become a letter.
Yeah.
Today, actually, if you see, majority of the folks, they don't even have their picture. It's just a letter which comes up on the Zoom.
K. Just a letter K. K is going to talk to me about how to spend $50,000. No, K. That can't happen.
Talking about that, Avi, I think I have a very interesting point, okay? What is happening is, in most of the meetings, even in lunch and learns, or anything at all, I see that people don't ask any questions at all. They hesitate to ask questions. Why could that be? Is it because we are groomed from early age that, hey, it's not good to ask questions?
Fear,
yeah.
Fear, some people are shy, but being shy is different from being afraid.
So true.
Be shy to ask a question.
Yeah.
Right? I'm shy to ask Sid a question about an internship.
Yeah.
Versus I'm afraid to ask Sid for help. Right? There's those things. Or I'm afraid to look dumb.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people, fear is more of a factor in that. Right?
Agree. And I think that is where I was thinking that it is so important that we should groom our children, and when we are coaching young adults and even in our own teams, right? How could you ask questions fearlessly and not have any repercussions? In the sense and we got to, it's not just about that individual, the team surrounding them as well. That how do you encourage this kind of behavior?
When your kids were really young, I'm talking that toddler stage, would they ever ask you repeated questions?
Yeah.
Daddy, what's this?
Yeah.
Did you ever answer those?
Yeah, I do.
All of them, right?
All of them. And I would also say that at certain times I've said that, can you please stop asking questions?
That is where the fear
hits, yeah.
That's where the fear comes. What you're supposed to do is answer it and then give them questions.
Yeah.
That's a good question. I want you to find out and then let me know why that's happening.
Yeah.
That is actually the birth of curiosity happening in front of you.
We kill curiosity by saying don't ask any questions.
Yeah, why are you annoying me? Can't you see I'm driving? That kills curiosity.
Certainly.
Now they're afraid to ask.
Yeah.
You know? I know we're just recording it, so we're riffing. We have time. The best way to show you're listening to someone is play dumb. Play dumb. Let me make notes of exactly what you're saying.
Yeah.
You know? And then they're let me repeat myself better so you can take this.
Oh, yeah.
Perfect. Another one.
That's a good one.
I love saying this, and you'll hear me say this in every sales call. I go, okay, if I'm hearing you correctly, what you're saying is this.
I hear you say that many times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It affirms. It
affirms.
them know that I am listening to you.
Yeah.
I'm listening to you so much
Yeah.
that I want to clarify if I'm
Yeah.
listening to you properly or not.
Yeah.
You know?
Agree. Totally.